On the Newshour debate, Maxwell Pereira, former Joint Commissioner, Ved Marwa, former Commissioner and former Governor, Manjeet Singh GK, leader and president of the Shiromani Akali Dal, Naresh Gujral of the Shiromani Akali Dal, member of parliament. My first question is to H.S. Fulka. Mr. Fulka, I'll take the politics of it aside. My first question to you is on the inaction of the police. You have been insisting that a 1992 case against Sajjan Kumar can be reopened even now. My question to you is, why has this case not been reopened? Has the police been serious enough in reopening the case? And what does the fact that this case has not been really opened up tell you about the way the police has followed up on the 1984 investigation?
You see, Arnab, this is not a reopening of the case. This case, on 8th April 1992, the charge sheet is finally prepared and signed. This is only to be filed and presented in the court. It's not reopening of the case.
No, but why has it not been?
Charge sheet
why has it not been presented by the police or the CBI in the court? Why has the police not filed it in the court?
Because the Delhi police and the government wants to shield Sajjan Kumar. I mean, till today there has been numerous complaints, numerous affidavits, but till today Delhi police did not file a charge sheet even in a single case against Sajjan Kumar. And here also they have been so blatantly shielding him. It's a case of 4 murders. Charge sheet is finally prepared and signed since 1992. It is still kept in the police files. And when this fact comes out, then you order the reinvestigation, and the officer who has suppressed this charge sheet, he has been given promotion and he is a DCP in the Prime Minister's office.
Mr. Pereira, does this not prove, first of all, should this case not be picked up again? And does this not prove that all the people, the numerous people who have placed on record the fact that the police has been complicit in the 1984 cover-up are right?
Arnab, I think this is a little confusing. Is it in the context of the verdict that came yesterday, or and if it is in that context, then without a charge sheet, how did a judge give any verdict?
No, it is a different case.
I mean,
Mr. Pereira, it's a different case. It's a case of Dangloi police station. That verdict came in Delhi Kent.
No, Mr. Pereira, the broader point, please. The broader point is this, whether we look at the 1992 charge sheet or whether we look at the way in which even senior police officers like Ved Marwa are not allowed to do their job. Commissions of inquiry were botched up. Follow-up investigations were not done. My question to you, sir, is do you as a former Delhi police officer accept responsibility for the complicity of large parts of the Delhi police in the 1984 cover-up?
Arnab, I can only speak on what I saw in the area within my jurisdiction and where I, whatever I did in the context. I really do not know anything about the complicity or inaction or collusion by people other than what has come out in the commissions, reports of the commissions, and definitely I was one of those aggrieved. I definitely felt that Mr. Marwa's report did not come out. That was for me. Because I really needed to know then, because I was one of those officers who deposed before Mr. Marwa.
Mr. Marwa's report did not come out because he was told.
Yes, that is exactly
He was told by the commissioner. He was told by the commissioner, stop the inquiry. Am I right, Mr. Marwa?
I'm sure Mr. Marwa will speak about it.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I was given 3 months to inquire into the role of the Delhi police in the riots. I worked day and night to do my job, and when I was in the final phase of my inquiry, I was told to stop the inquiry.
By whom?
And I stopped the inquiry. But
by whom?
Whatever during those months I had collected, I think that alarmed some of the Delhi police officers, and they went to the High Court to stop my inquiry also. They had also done that, and since then they have been following up one case, filing one case after another, and even after 29 years there is a case against me of defamation.
One second.
Can you imagine? I was the inquiry officer.
Mr. Marwa, who stopped you?
Yeah.
Who was the commissioner who told you stop?
Well, no, Mr. S.S. Jog was the commissioner, and I was brought to the Delhi police after the riots. I was not in the Delhi police during the riots. I was joint secretary in the Ministry of Social Welfare, and I was asked to do this inquiry within a period of 3 months. And this is what happened. The commissioner gave me first verbally and then a written order to stop the inquiry.
What was it, Mr. Marwa, that you had laid your hands on, which the Delhi police commissioner
You know, I had collected, as I said, no, not suppressed, but I had collected documentary evidence of the police inaction in some areas. The record of the Central Police Control Room recorded a number of distress calls, but the records in the police station, according to the police rules, every distress call or any call which comes has to be recorded in the diary, and then police movement where it goes has to be recorded.
Yes.
But I found in the most affected police stations in the south and in some west district, the police records just didn't show any movement at all, and didn't record any, as if nothing had happened. And this is what I think alarmed them, because this was an obvious proof that there was something went wrong with the Delhi police. And all the witnesses whom I examined, my job was not to inquire into the role of the politicians, so I didn't do that. But almost every witness told me that the police was absent, police was not there. And this horrendous cases that took place, the Sikhs were tied to a tire, and some of them took 1 hour to die, and no policeman came to rescue them. And you know, these pathetic stories which I heard, which I naturally alarmed the people who thought that I'll hold them guilty.
I think it's shocking.
Because I still had to...
I think it's completely shocking.
I still had to complete my inquiry.
No,
because I had not examined the Lieutenant Governor, the Commissioner and some other officers.
No, I think it's shocking. And Mr. Marwa, let me say it with the greatest of seriousness and sincerity. I stick my neck out. I think they've made this investigation out into an absolute joke. You know, in 29 years, 10 commissions of inquiry since the riots, and more than 29 years later, the process of fixing accountability inches forward at what I can only call a glacial pace. That is why the anger and frustration has now come out on the streets. Mr. Gujral, let me get you in. You know what Mr. Marwa is revealing tonight is itself the most shocking fact. Do you think now, instead of looking the other way, the central government should reopen and have a new institutionalized and independent court of inquiry into why the police was let off and why the truth was suppressed?
Arnab, let me recount the events of '84 for your viewers, because I was a witness to it.
Yes, sir.
It was a state-sponsored terrorism. This carnage was led by Congress leaders. Youth Congress was an active participant. The violence started within hours of Mrs. Gandhi's death. Police was totally inactive. By that evening, attacks on the poor Sikhs had started. Everybody, all the leading citizens of Delhi or of India, be it former Prime Ministers like Mr. I.K. Gujral, Mr. Chandrasekhar, General Arora, Air Marshal Arjun Singh, they were repeatedly requesting the Home Minister and the President of India to call the army out. Army was sitting 30 kilometers away. Yet, for a certain reason that we all know, army was not called out for 3 days. And in that period, 4,000 poor Sikhs were lynched. They were massacred. They were butchered on the streets of Delhi. Thereafter, they articulated, it was by design to cover up that entire operation. Mr. Ved Marwa was asked to conduct an inquiry. He was stopped midway. And thereafter, we have seen the way pressure is brought upon the investigative officers, pressure is brought upon even the judiciary. And I believe that central government can do nothing. Sikhs cannot expect justice from this central government. As long as Congress is in power, Sikhs will not get justice. Just like Supreme Court had ordered an SIT in case of Gujarat, I think it is high time Supreme Court intervened and took this matter in their own hands. Only then will this brave community get some justice.
I'd like to get in Manjeet Singh GK at this stage. Will an SIT work, Manjeet Singh ji?
There is no other hope left with us, Arnav, because you have seen you have heard what Ved Marwa ji has said on your channel, number one. Number two, you are well aware of CBI that twice they have filed a closure report in the case of Jagdish Titler. Mr. Fulka just now gave the detail of Nangloi Thana charge sheet ready. Now these are some FIRs which were registered. There are thousands of FIR where affidavits are lying. Nobody dared to register an FIR. At your channel many times I have been asked question that do you have any faith on the judicial system of India? What will judicial system do when the premier investigating agencies or Delhi police, it was their job to investigate, it was their job
the Delhi
to bring
police,
out
exactly.
the things and put before. And if judiciary, if nothing is coming before the judiciary, everyone.
So Maxwell Pereira,
fishes like Sajjan Kumar Titler.
So Maxwell Pereira, would you be the first person to step?
May I just add here?
Yes, Mr. Gujral.
I just want to add one thing to what Mr. Manjeet Singh said. It is not just Delhi police but also the CBI. We saw how the last director filed a closure report against Mr. Titler when his joint director had said that case should be taken to the courts. And thereafter he is rewarded with governorship. What does it all prove? That they want to put a lid on all this.
Well, in that case, Mr. Gujral, let there be a criminal investigation reopened. Not just against the politicians, but
Absolutely.
also Mr. Maxwell Pereira against the police officers.
No,
this nation would demand the reopening of a criminal investigation against all those officers who are complicit with the cover-up. Mr. Maxwell Pereira, would you yourself support that? All senior officers, including those perhaps who asked Mr. Marwa not to complete his inquiry, they should all face a fresh investigation on why they did so.
If there are doubts in the investigation, there are lots of indictments in the commission reports, I think it is a call for is justified for reinvestigating. I mean, nothing stops. But then, I can only tell you, as I told you again and again, I can speak to what I saw and what I did. I can't really.
But you know the facts.
Speak for somebody else.
No, you know the facts. The CBI prosecutor said there is a conspiracy of terrifying proportion with the complicity of the police and the patronage of Sajjan Kumar. That is what the CBI said. Sajjan Kumar could not have done. Sajjan Kumar could not have done what he did. Could he have without the support and complicity of the local police? And how can you limit your observations only to what you saw?
Yes, other than that is hearsay. What I have read in the papers or seen on your channel.
This is not hearsay.
Yeah.
This is not hearsay. This is what the CBI is saying.
No, the CBI or whoever else, I can only speak to conclusions drawn by the inquiry commissions or allowed to come out or not allowed to come out as alleged in the channels.
No. I think
so.
Mr.
I am not privy to the. I am not privy to this.
Sir, with great respect to you, I'd like to bring your attention. I think today, Mr. Maxwell Pereira, I must say this, that you are being dodgy when it comes to criticizing your own.
I'm not being dodgy.
One second. Question is coming your way from Mr. You must be in a position, Mr. Maxwell Pereira, to apply the same harsh rules that you would apply it in all cases to the police, because the Nanavati Commission said that the police remained passive and did not provide protection to the people. Naresh Gujral wants to ask you a question. Yes, Mr. Gujral.
I want to ask Mr. Pereira
Yeah.
that in his district, did the police fire one shot? Was one protester injured? Was one policeman injured? In Gujarat,
I can tell you this
police
much.
fired.
I can tell you this
600
much.
policemen lost their lives.
I think you don't know.
200 protesters were
Ah.
killed.
You, Mr. Gujral, will you give me an opportunity to, tell you that I happen to be the
Certainly.
only officer commended by the commissions of report.